Hi everybody, this is Scott Sharp with Fretboard Toolbox, and today we're going to look at soloing in the key of G major. So we'll use the complete ukulele C tuning Fretboard Toolbox here. We're going to use the interactive version so we can hop around quickly. And we're going to jump right into it. These are the chords that make up the key of G major. Don't worry about these today unless you already know what's going on there. And these are the chord progressions that we're going to be soloing over today. And here's your fretboard, and these are all the notes that sound good over the key of G. So let's get some chord progressions going on the Fretboard Toolbox website. I'm going to go to Jam Tracks, 200 free jam tracks, and then we're going to get some G major jam tracks going. And today I'm just going to show you, I'm just going to start messing around over this G major chord, and I want you to just watch how the notes that I'm playing match up with the notes on here. Okay, so it's going to take a minute to match those up in your head probably, but here's G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. So all these notes in white boxes, that was just G, A, B, C, D. So all I'm doing is I'm just messing around with notes that are in white boxes here, and I can just play them all in order like this. Okay, then if I want to play just the pentatonic notes, I'm going to hit just the underlined notes. So D is underlined, E is underlined, G is underlined, A, B, D. So now watch when I'm just playing pentatonic notes. So all those notes sound okay because they're all part of the G major scale, and so they sound good over a G major chord progression. But one of the most common questions that I hear is, do you have to change scales when you change chords? So I'm going to show you that the answer is no often. So here's a G, D, G chord progression. Okay, and we'll play it nice and slow again and get that started. And then watch, I'm still going to play these same G major scale notes. Now it's on the D chord. So a G chord right now. So even over the G, when it went to the D chord, those same notes still sounded good, even if I'm just playing them in order. I wouldn't try to tour with that, but they still sound okay because they're part of these chords are all in the key, and all these notes sound good together with chords that are in the key. So I'm just going to skip down here, and if you go to the very bottom of these jam tracks pages, then it's all the tracks on shuffle. So we're going to use those same notes. I'll skip forward a couple, and I didn't look and see which chord progression we're going to. But I'm going to just mess around with this, whatever chord progression this is. Again, even if you just work on them in order. Okay, so let's try a couple other chord progressions here. Let's do this one here. Okay. Okay, so this note didn't sound good. This is on the 9th fret. That's not in the key. So when I hit notes that are out of the key, often they don't sound good. Then you can start working on shapes further up the neck here. C, B, A, G, F sharp, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C. Alright, so the trick is spending a lot of time messing around with notes that are in the key and then working on just getting around those notes. And you can play pentatonic notes or pentatonic scales, or you can play a whole major scale, but you just start working on what happens when I start playing, what happens when I start messing around with notes that are in the key, and you start finding that that's where lots of cool solos and melodies come from. So tons of time working on notes that are in the same key, work on them in different positions, and practice them against those backing tracks. There's backing tracks and for all kinds of different, let's see, we've got for the key of G, for the key of E minor, G blues, the keys of A, C, D, E, F. So there's all sorts of there's probably, I think there's over 600 and some files, maybe 700 files in each in this whole section, and it's all just there for you to mess around with. And it always says which Fretboard Toolbox pages to use from each edition, and all of the G major stuff is free. So if you want to just goof around with it, just click on pick your instrument, and then just go to the you can download the look inside, so you can get either edition pages for free and see if you find anything cool. So I hope you had fun and hope you got to mess around with some of those things, and let me know in the feedback if you did, and happy picking to y'all.